Alright, welcome folks. We're here at the practice range and we are going to test out every weapon in Arc Raiders. Alright, first up is the Firearm. The Firearm is one of 3 energy weapons in Arc Raiders. This one shoots 2 rounds at a time, does high damage against Arc and players, and it means the point in a celestial body's orbit where it is farthest from the sun. So we're going to go ahead and test this thing out on a medium shield adversary. It's shooting in the torso, and it's looking like 3 rounds to down them. Now keep in mind that it's shooting 2 at a time, so that's going to essentially double the damage that it's doing, right? So we're going to shoot that little guy off. And then in practice, yeah, that's about accurate on a WASP too. You'll generally take it down in 1 shot. Right, so let's see what it's like for a headshot if you're good at those. Yeah, we're talking like 3 over here for this little dummy target. And just for fun, let's take out the light armored guy. Still about 3 for that. And let's see how it takes heavy shields. So that's 2. Oh, what did I get 3 for? Alrighty. So, pretty good weapon, unique. And then if you're shooting it, hip fire. It's another way to do it too. Alright. Alright, next up is the Equalizer. This is going to be an automatic energy weapon, and it really shreds the Queen or Matriarch's armor. That's going to be its specialty. It'll down players fairly quickly as well, but you're primarily going to use this thing against the Queen or Matriarch's armor. It shreds it. So let's test it out. It's your medium shield guy. That's pretty cool. I think it might still do damage and everything though. Boom, knock him down. Alrighty, let's see how it does against our little wasp guy. He's not looking too good. Let's put him out of his misery, huh? Alrighty. So yeah, it's probably my favorite of the energy weapons. Definitely the most useful overall. Yeah, it's a really fun weapon. And next up, we've got the Jupiter. It's a very long-range energy weapon that has a unique firing mode. So go ahead and aim it in, and it's going to basically charge up first before launching that devastating blast. Right? Boom. Only downside is you gotta work the bolt after every shot. This weapon is very good against Arc. It'll penetrate through their armor like butter. Heard that it has really good headshot damage as well to players. And generally, you're going to knock out a wasp, 1 shot. And it's very good against, Arc such as boom. It's definitely a fun weapon. Overall, my opinion on the legendary weapons is that they are a bit underwhelming considering their cost. But by end game, man, I mean, you got so much stuff. You can just craft this stuff, farming up the cores, the cores of the Matriarch and the Queen. So I would advise you, don't have gear fear with bringing these weapons in. If you die, so what? Next up, we've got the Batina. This is a heavy ammo using automatic rifle. It's very good against Arc armor. It's decent in PvP too. It definitely burns through a lot of ammo. Check it out. Shut this guy down. Let's test it out on a little wasp guy over here, huh? Spinning him around here. And he's pretty dead. Batina. It's a fun weapon. The Bobcat, an extremely fast-firing submachine gun that is extremely good in close-range PvP. Not great against Arc, But really, if you're bringing in a Bobcat, you're probably hunting down some of your fellow raiders here. It'll cut people down very quick, and it uses a lot of ammo very quickly. Check it out. So yeah, it's one of my personal favorites for like Stella Maris or really any indoor area in any map. If you can get in close, you can usually cut them down with the Bobcat here. Fun times. Highly recommended. Alright, this is the Hull Cracker, one of the best weapons against Arc. It used to be much better, they nerfed it, but you're still going to kill Arc very quickly with the Hull Cracker. So you're going to use this thing against heavy Arc. Usually you'll see this in a lot of the Queen fights. Its main downside is it's not going to explode against players, right? So it's strictly an anti-arc weapon. So if you're bringing this thing in, make sure you have a backup weapon in case, some rats try to sneak up on you while you're, shooting the queen or whatever. Hull Cracker. Next up is the Tempest. In my opinion, one of the best weapons in the game. It's a medium ammo using assault rifle. It'll cut down players and arcs alike. Its only downside is it's fairly expensive to craft and very rare to find or to get the blueprint for. Check it out though, it's pretty awesome. Cuts through people like butter as well as arcs. Definitely not as good as a heavy ammo using weapon against arc, but it more than makes up for it with its firepower. Tempest, one of my favorites. Here's the Volcano. It is a semi-auto shotgun, very devastating at close range. You will shred through players close range with this thing. It's pretty awesome. Oh yeah, that's nice. Bring this thing into Stella, just street sweep the hallway with this thing. It's a good one. This is the Osprey. This is going to be your sniper rifle and is the only weapon with a scope. So obviously you're going to be hitting things long range with this guy. Does some decent damage. Its main thing is, its long range ability to kill stuff. Downside is you got to work the bolt every single time. Let's see. So it's a pretty cool weapon, but I do wish there was like a couple other options that come with a scope, This is the only choice if you're looking at a scoped, really long-range rifle, and I do feel like the game could probably do with another scoped option or two. Osprey, sniper rifle. This is the Torrente medium machine gun. This weapon is great close range, and when you upgrade it, it's going to carry more rounds in the mag. Shoots very quickly, and is highly recommended for some PvP action, especially close range. You're going to be able to take out a whole team with this if they're close enough. Check it out. Just obliterates. Main downside is it's fairly long reload time, but with over 100 rounds for a fully upgraded Torrente, it's like having multiple mags of the other weapons all in one. Yeah, I like the Torrente. Next up, we've got the Renegade, one of the best PvP weapons in the game. Good against Arc 2, really high damage. It's going to be your lever action rifle. Check it out. You got it plussed up, it shoots fairly quickly. And it'll just cut down players. Cut down Arc 2 fairly quickly as well. Yeah, Renegade's good stuff. And here we've got the Venator. It is a medium ammo using pistol and was formerly, like, hands down the best weapon in the game. It's received 2 nerfs so far, and I haven't tested this version of it out in PvP yet, but even after the first nerf, it would wreck people in PvP. It's decent against arc, and with the nerfs, it'll still probably be one of the top used weapons, but you know, it definitely lost some of its oomph with the nerfs. Venator. That means hunter. This is the Anvil. This is a heavy pistol and overall my favorite weapon in the game. It does great against arc and actually does good in PvP too if you can hit your shots. It's doing a lot of damage, a lot of armor penetration, and overall I think it's the most versatile weapon. It's a little bit slow firing, but it more than makes up for it because it hits like a truck. And unlike the Pharaoh, which we'll go over later on, it's going to have 6 rounds in it, being a revolver. Check it out. Yeah, Anvil. If I had to pick one weapon in Arc Raiders to keep at all times, it's generally going to be the Anvil. Arpeggio, meaning the notes of a chord played in succession, either ascending or descending, which makes sense. Shoots 3-round burst, medium ammo using assault rifle, and once it's plussed up to level 4, really shoots quickly and is a good weapon. I'll generally pass it over because I do like some of the other guns better, but once you fully upgrade this thing, it actually rocks. Arpeggio. Berletta, meaning little joke. It's actually a decent weapon once you upgrade it to level 4. You'll recognize it from the tutorial as your starting pistol, and admittedly it's not great, but once you fully plus it up, you shoot really fast with it. It's highly maneuverable. It's actually a good sidearm. Il Toro, meaning the bull. It is a shotgun, pump action, and it absolutely destroys close quarters. You get up close to something, and you're just annihilating stuff, man. You're just going to be wrecking house. Far away, you know, it's a shotgun. Won't do great. But if you can get within point-blank range of something, you're going to be destroying it. Definitely a favorite for Stella or any other close range situation. Pharaoh, meaning iron. This is going to be your heavy bolt action rifle. And you're going to see this in a lot of the free loadouts. It does great damage and penetration against arc. Its downside is that it is a single shot bolt action rifle. But it is solid. I'll generally run this with a Stitcher, which we'll test out in a little bit. But yeah, once it's plussed up to level 4, the reload isn't all that bad. And I do highly recommend the Pharaoh, especially for all of your nice cheap loadouts, because it costs like nothing to craft, but it's like a couple pieces of metal, maybe some rubber. And overall, you know, you're not going to care about losing this thing, and it definitely packs a really good punch. Pharaoh's good to go. All right, next up we've got the Rattler. This is going to be your common class medium assault rifle. And once it's plussed up to level 4, is actually a very good weapon. Right, you're going to be most familiar with this thing for your free loadouts when it's level 1. But as you upgrade it, the magazine size increases, and it's just overall a much better weapon. So check it out. still reloads 2 rounds at a time, so that's its main downside and drawback over the Tempest, or compared to the Tempest. But the Rattler, once you upgrade it, is a great weapon, in my opinion, especially for how cheap it is. Now we've got the Kettle. It's going to be your semi-auto light ammo shooting rifle, and it's generally going to be shooting as fast as you can pull that trigger. So in my opinion, it's an underrated weapon for a lot of people, but a lot of really good people are really, really good with this thing. I think it's even been, linked to, some of the cheating scandals in Arc Raiders, people like doing macros for their PCs. But honestly, you can just click this thing fast and it's just going to shoot. It's also really, really cheap, being a common weapon to craft and to upgrade. So if you're looking at some death on a budget, bring in a Kettle. You won't be disappointed. And this is the Stitcher. All throughout the game, it has been a close-range monster. I know it recently received a nerf, but it's still working as intended, right? Get close range with this thing and just mow some stuff down. It's also another exceptionally cheap weapon to craft and upgrade. And you're going to see it in a lot of the free loadouts that you get. And close range, still great. Alrighty, I saved the worst for last, the hairpin. Really not a great weapon. I suppose it's better than nothing if you're trying to sneak through a building and maybe shoot some pops. But yeah, you have to, rack the slide after every round. It does very weak damage. And yeah, let's test this thing out on our little dummy here. Alright, so this is plussed up to level 4. And yeah, you're probably going to get murdered if you're using this thing. We actually tried to use this a couple times just to troll people, and it's not effective. I highly don't recommend the hairpin. I don't. Alrighty, and that is every firearm in Arc Raiders. I hope you enjoyed the video, found something useful out of it. Thank y'all for watching.